Yeah, we're super excited to get going. Obviously, we had a weekend off because of the international break, but the team's been working incredibly hard, and we're super excited to finish off the season at home in front of our fans. You know, it's been a season full of challenges, but for us, the focus has always been finishing strong in front of our fans and putting in a performance that they can be proud of.
Thank you for that, Ricky. Dustin, go ahead.
Hey Ricky, how are you?
Dustin, how we doing?
Good. You mentioned the international break, but you guys had a number of players traveling around. What's the availability looking like for you guys this weekend?
Well, we still got one more training session to go. So the most important thing is we evaluate that training session. People have come in at different points this week. So for us, it's about making sure we get a complete picture of where we stand in terms of fitness and availability. So tomorrow will be our last training session, and then tomorrow we'll make decisions on what that looks like in terms of availability.
And you mentioned there's an odd season for you guys a little bit, but last home game of the season, what are you just a message you have for the fans from this season?
Well, listen, one thing I would say is this team's been resilient. There has been barriers, there has been challenges, but they've worked incredibly hard throughout, and they've been resilient. They've worked for each other, and they've always played for the badge. No matter the result, they've always played for the badge, and that's one thing we speak about. We speak about turning up, giving energy, not taking energy, and this group has that in an abundance. So for us, the most important thing is turning up at the weekend and putting in a performance that we can make them proud.
I'll hand it over to Theo. Thanks, Ricky.
Appreciate it, Dustin. Thank you.
Theo, go ahead.
Hey Ricky, apologies I missed the first second of Dustin's question. Did you give an update on Jane?
I gave all the updates. You missed everything, Theo.
Oh, okay, what was the Jane update?
No. I said we got one more training session left. We've had players come in at different points throughout this week based on their international games. So for us, we'll have one more game left to evaluate the international players returning to market. And if anyone knows Jane Campbell, she's going to be pushing to the last minute to make sure she's available for this game. So for us, we're just making sure that we take the right steps for everyone. But no decisions have been made yet on availabilities. We got one more session left, and we're going to look at tomorrow and see what tomorrow looks like, and then make our choices.
On Monday, Tatiana was awarded the 23rd place in the Ballon d'Or Feminine. And I was wondering if you had any reflections on that, first Ballon d'Or placement for the club, and maybe just what it's been like to work with her, kind of anecdotes from being able to coach her.
Well, listen, I think I've said it previously. She's an incredible. She has incredible potential. She has all the tools, and at the moment she's still finding her feet. But physically, she's incredibly difficult to play against. She's learning the language. There's moments where the language can sometimes be a barrier for her, but she's learning the language and communicating with the staff and the players. But she's also very Brazilian in her approach. There's times when we play small-sided games on match day -1, and Tarsi wants to go and play as a forward, and she wants to beat 2-3 players and slip the ball in the bottom corner. Not very centre-backish of her. So for us, it's exciting to have someone of her caliber being a Houston Dash t-shirt, but at the same time, we also know that she's still young, and there's parts of her game that she needs to develop and grow. But we're incredibly proud of her achievement, and also her achievement in the summer, in the Olympics. So we're incredibly proud of her and pleased that she's a Houston Dash player.
Last one for me, kind of want to focus on the game. I know, great performance in San Diego a few weeks ago, and maybe yourself, Destiny Page, sort of talked about ending their season was like a nice feather to have in your cap. You could do the same to another California team. Had a lot of success against California teams this year. Also, the 3-2 win at Bay was probably one of my favourite games of the season, because I remember when Diana scored, she was sort of giving it the big one.
Yeah.
And it was their first home game ever as a club.
Yeah.
Basic game of football by both teams, to be fair. But Diana kind of getting that goal, and the was special and something I love to see in the NWSL. So, kind of on the game, what is the mood around playing Bay when it needs to play Bay, and how does it feel to maybe end another team's season if you get that win?
Personally, I don't look at it like that. I think what we have to do is we have to give Albertine a lot of credit to what he's done at the Bay. You know, the start of the season was challenging at times for them, and as the season's gone on, they've settled in to become a team that's very comfortable in possession of the ball. They've got players that can punish you if you make mistakes, and now even towards the back end of the season, they got a little bit of a steel about them that's incredibly difficult to play against. So all that credit goes to Albertine and what he's managed to do with the Bay. For us, it's always been the same. I sound a little bit old in my reply here, but we just try and focus one game at a time and make sure that this weekend that we put on a performance that our fans can be proud of, our ownership can be proud of, and that we finish the season strong. It's had its challenges, but we've also shown our resilience in the way that we've approached those challenges. And one of the things you know from this team is that every time they step on the field, they're going to give 100%, nothing else. And that's what we expect at a weekend. That's what we expect to see in the last game of the season. And we're just super excited to play against the Bay. It doesn't matter whether they're from California or New York. Any team that you play in this league is going to be incredibly difficult. And we expect nothing else from the Bay on Saturday. So we're excited. We're looking forward to it. And we're going to go out there and make sure we finish the season on a high.
I've actually thought of one more quick question, which is, have you been watching, or the players, the staff, been watching the off-season with Paige and Michelle?
You know, to be completely transparent, no. And I say that in the nicest possible way, because we've had so much work to do recently in terms of planning for the end of the season, exit meetings, staff meetings, planning for the new year. And in the meantime of planning and not being an interim head soccer coach, I try and become a husband. So I haven't really had the chance to sit down and watch TV shows that much, to be honest. But they seem like they enjoyed themselves. They talk about it in and around the building, and there's a little bit of chat. But I personally haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
No worries, mate. Good luck preparing for the final game. I'll see you on Saturday.
Appreciate it. Thank you.